Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Real quick, if you haven't before, smash that subscribe button. Okay, I need your help. I want a full-size truck. Now, I've had Tundras in the past, I've had F-150s in the past, I've had Rams, so I'm having a little bit of a difficult decision, right? And I know this is a Tacoma channel, right? And it is a mid-sized truck channel, so I'm stretching it a little bit with the content. But I thought I'd get your opinion, you guys out there, because I know you've had other trucks, and chances are you may have a different truck right now, either because you're just watching this, on a whim, or you've got a Tacoma or a Tundra or maybe a Ford or whatever it is. So here's what I'm thinking. I have, of course, this channel. I also have a couple of other channels. I actually have an F-150 channel, and I have a Tundra channel. Both are new, and both are set up kind of thinking about the future, right? In addition, I have two other Facebook groups. I have the third generation Toyota Tacoma owners group, or no, it's the third generation Toyota Tundra owners group. And I have the F-150 owners group, I believe it's called, or Ford F-150 owners group, whichever. But anyway, they're out there. So I'm all set and I'm ready to roll, right? But I just don't know what truck to get. In the past, it would have been a no-brainer for me. It would have been the Tundra. And I've been leaning towards the Tundra, but I'm a little fearful of the Tundra. They keep having, they being Toyota, they keep having problems with the engine, from manufacturing, as far as leftover material, slag or machining material or whatever from the production of the engine itself. And it's not just once. The most recent recall, I think, was about 100,000 plus Tundras, where they're actually replacing engines. And people think that's okay, but for me, when you take your truck in and they're going to rip the engine out and put a new one in it, it does not sound good to me. And that just opens up opportunities for other problems, electrical, things like that. Now, I do understand that that would be great content, right? If I was to have a Tundra and needed a new engine, you guys would eat that up, because that's the way it goes. I know how it goes. But see, I don't do this just for views. I mean, I do it for views, obviously. This is how I earn a living. But I also want the best, option out there, right? So I thought about, and we'll start at the bottom, I thought about a Ram 1500. I've had Rams before. I like the Ram. I particularly like the looks of the Ram. I think I've said this, the Ram 1500 is probably the best looking full-size truck on the road. I like all the electronics, all that stuff, but Ram is not known to be a very reliable or maybe even quality built truck. I think they've gotten better, but still not necessarily where they need to be. So that brings us next up to Chevy. I'm just kind of running through. Chevy apparently has been doing much better lately when it comes to quality and reliability. I think they're ranked as either number 1 or 2 when it comes to quality and reliability. But not a huge, I love the looks of the Chevy, don't get me wrong. I'd put it right there with the Ram. But I don't know, not really looking for a Chevy. So that keeps it at the bottom, just above the Ram. Next up, and these two can go back and forth for me, right? We've got the Toyota Tundra. Looks-wise, I would put the Tundra probably at maybe 3rd or 4th as to how it looks. I don't think it's the best-looking option out there, but we don't buy trucks solely for looks, right? Although I've been guilty of doing things like that myself in the past. But nonetheless, I don't know. It's not horrible. Don't get me wrong. I don't hate the looks of it, but there are others that look better. As far as, and this is the most important part, quality and reliability on the Tundra, that brings me back to these engine problems, these little ticky-tacky things that still model, after all these years, Toyota is having trouble with when it comes to the Tundra. I mean, the redesign of the Tundra happened before the Tacoma, and I would say the Tundra is worse off still. So it scares me, it worries me. I do love the massive interior of the Crew Max. I think it would be a great truck to have as far as that goes as well. Lastly, we've got the F-150. And I know the F-150 is like the nemesis of the Toyota, right? Ford. You see all these jokes and things about the Ford, I know. But Ford, strangely again, is ranked near the top, if not at the top, when it comes to reliability these days. Quality, I really would probably rank most of the trucks equal when it comes to quality. There's always things you can find that you don't like or that are wrong or whatever. But Ford is right up there at the top when it comes to reliability, which is something that matters to me, right? Ford is also the most popular full-size truck on the road. There are hundreds of thousands of them, right? So from a social creator person like myself, there's more people out there that most likely would be interested in seeing content on the F-150 because there are more of them, right? Now, I don't know if the F-150 is as moddable as maybe the Tundra is, certainly not as the Tacoma is, but we're talking full-size trucks here, right? So I would have to be concerned about what I could do with an F-150. I mean, I'm not saying there isn't anything out there for it, but the other thing is, the number of different models, trim levels that are available. There are tons available with the F-150. And of course, that means there are tons of different price ranges as well. I'm not looking to spend 80 grand on whatever I get. Matter of fact, my ceiling is probably right around 60 or something. So that's kind of the range I'm in, and that's like an F-150, I think, what is it, STX or XLT or whatever their different names are. For the Tundra, should be able to get into a Tundra, either probably an SR5, honestly, for that kind of money. But I think it can be done. So my question to you folks out there, and let's put aside our biases towards names, right? I mean, I'm not necessarily stuck with buying a Toyota product just because I am a fanatic or ultra loyal, right? I mean, honestly, Toyota doesn't send me a check every month thanking me for being loyal or continuing to buy their products, even though I've bought many of them. So, with an open mind, and for what you know about new full-size trucks, not 20 years ago or 10 years ago or even 5 years ago, if you had this decision yourself and you were trying to decide what full-size truck you would buy, honestly, leave a comment down below and tell me. I've said the word honestly a lot in this video, I know. It's because I'm looking for your real opinion. Devoid, if you will, or void of bias. But leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. If you had to buy, or were gonna buy, a new full-size truck, which would you buy? Ford, Tundra, I say F-150, Tundra, Ram, or Chevy? I'd be curious to know. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there.